ours!
Okay guys, welcome back to Halloween Horror, and I'm finally doing my animatronic unboxing, and sorry it took so long, but I didn't get him until Saturday. I got him Friday, and I set him up Saturday because it was raining on Friday, and I had to do it outside because I don't have a ceiling that in my house that is tall enough for this where it won't hit its head, or there's only like one room, but I couldn't do it in there, so I had to do it outside. And this is just me taking it out of the box, and I wasn't going to do a voiceover, but I figured the audio won't be as good if I'm outside and there was someone else like mowing the lawn or something, so that just kind of ruined it too. So I did decide to do a voiceover, but here's the instructions, and it was kind of hard to get out of the box, and the box is huge too, and I'm 6 foot tall, and that box is huge. But this box never came into my local store. My grandparents picked it up because they live in Pennsylvania and their store got one in. So I called the store and they picked it up for me. Yeah, this is just like the thing for step pad and battery packs and stuff. Yeah, also this was super hard to cut out of like the box part, and I didn't realize until after I cut everything out, which took forever, that I could just turn the thing upside down or to the side and untwist them. I was just cutting them, and it was hard to get the scissors in the little slots they give you, and there were a ton of them. I thought some of them were unnecessary, but I guess that's a good thing, just to make sure that nothing slides around in there and accidentally gets broken. This is just a weighted bag. I think one of them said 9 pounds on them, and it also says that on the instructions. But there's 3 of those. You'll see 2 more in a second after I take the head out. Yeah, here's the head, and I just took the plastic bag off. I don't really know why they put a plastic bag over it, but the head is not attached to like the mechanism or whatever. So I forgot to do that when I was taking it down. I didn't realize you had to take the head off, because in the disassembly instructions there's just 3 steps, and taking the head off to put it back in the box is not in the instructions. So they never really do a good job with instructions for anything. They're definitely not known for that. But I just went over and set the head. Also, all the clothes are like rolled up inside of that part where the pole is, and they were strapped together. And there's a wire there that's like a tube. Here's the power box. Yeah, so after a pretty long time, I finally got this part out of the box. That was definitely the most secured in. I guess that's because that's the most breakable part. But that's like the, I don't know what it's called. I think it's called the scissor mechanism. I don't know what it's called, but that was strapped in there pretty well. And this part is just the plastic part with spring. And I do like that it's clear so you can see that. But you just attach the scissor thing to that part, to the top of that. And they switched to the clips instead of the screws. I like those a lot better too. It's like the little things that you push in and they snap into place. It's a lot easier to put together and take apart. And after that, you want to take these 2 pieces apart, the base apart, and they were twist tied together, and then snap them into place. And it was pretty hard to get them in through the right sockets because they were pretty tight. And I definitely like that they switched over to the pop, like push button things to snap everything into place. It makes things a lot easier to set up and tear down, and a lot faster too. So after the base is put together, you want to slide the scissor mechanism into the base. And again, that's just the push button snap thing. So there's no screws. There's no screws at all in Mr. Dark, actually. And then you want to snap on the head, which is also the push button. And then this next part was the hardest part, because you have to hold the whole head up and slide the whole, like the spring part into the little white thing. And then I'll show a close-up video here in a second. But you push that up, and then I take the white thing with the spring inside of it and slide that in. And then there's a little metal piece that has to lock it into place. Yeah, you can see I was having a lot of trouble with this part, but I also edited a lot out. So yeah, here's the close-up part. You can see this little metal clip thing that you just push to take it apart. It said to make sure that that part was pulled in. After that, you just want to pull the springs down and attach them to the two hooks on the back. And then at that point, he should be pushed up into the air. And then you want to pull this thing, the little string hooking up all the clothes, over up towards the head. And there were, I think, 3 strings, although when I was putting it back in the box, saving it for Halloween, I could only find one of the strings to push the thing back together. But yeah, after you unhook that, it'll just kind of swing down all crunched up, because it's been in that box for who knows how long. Then I just took it out of the little scrunched up ball, and then you kind of just fix it up around. Then you want to take this little blue piece of fabric. It's a dark blue piece of fabric, and it was a little hard to find too. I didn't think it would be up that high, because when you see I push it back down, there's a lot of space. And remember, at this point, Mr. Dark was up in the air, so there's a lot of extra cloth there, I guess just in case. But yeah, you want to put that in just so the clothing stays nice. Then you want to fill those bags with 9 pounds. I have no idea how much I filled it with. I just filled up the bag with the rocks, and they gave you a plastic bag to put inside of the black bag too. Except they only gave me 2 of them, so I don't know where the other one was. But 2 of them have plastic bags in them, and 1 of them doesn't. Actually, no, I put a Ziploc bag in the other one. So those are just filled with rocks, and you hook them into the hooks down on the base. And you're gonna have to like pull the hooks back into place, because all my hooks were like pushed down, I guess from the weight from being in the box, but they were like pushed down, and some of them were to the point where I couldn't even slide anything under it. So you're gonna have to pull it up a little bit. And I just got distracted. I don't know if I connected the wires, but if I did, no, I don't think I did. Actually, yeah, I think I did. But yeah, connect the wires, and then I have the wireless animatronic remote thing. So I had A and the remote in my hand. So I just plugged that into the foot pad part. And another thing I hated was there's no spot to like plug it in the like there's no spots for the volume part. there's no plus sign and minus sign, so you just kind of have to guess which one's up and down. And the first time I just put it in the middle, and then the second time I turned it up, or at one point, and this is where it was accidentally silent, and then the next time I turned it up louder. I do wish the speaker got a little bit louder, but it still is pretty loud. So I'm not complaining about that. And this part I'm just fixing up the hands and the creepy cloth, and I do change the hands, the position of the hands in a second after the first demo.